Hello there, welcome to World of Tanks with Titan. We're here in Malinovkha, and this game is a tactics game, but it's not a bit like the others. It is an opportunity for me really to vent my frustration at one of my pet peeves in World of Tanks, where people do not defend the cap. So we start out, it's a tier 8 battle. I'm in the Charioteer, and I'm in the southern spawn. At the southern end of the field in Malinovkha. And I've indicated that I'm going to go up into the wood there, just on the edge of the lake, because I don't really want to be getting involved in the fight for the cap circle. I've only got 70mm of frontal armour and about 30mm of hull armour. So as I'm crossing over, I've noticed that, what the hell is going on, guys? Nobody is crossing the lake. There's a light tank gone into a decent spotting position. There's a medium tank with me, and that's it. Everybody else is camping the field. Come on, guys, what exactly do you think you're doing? What exactly is going on? What do people think they're going to achieve down there? If you look at the minimap closer, which I'm just about to do now, you can see that I'm heading for that spot. There's a medium with me, he's going to go to the next spot I'm marking. And there's a light in the a good spotting position. And the rest of the team is practically inside the green circle, or the green shape that I'm closing off. Now there's also, if you let the thing evolve, a medium tank YOLOing up through the middle of the field. Now he is spotting a few enemy tanks once he gets about halfway. But he can be seen by everyone, and he's not going to survive. There's tanks that he can see that are visible, but there's also going to be tanks up around the church, up along the edge, the northern edge of the lake, and it just beggars belief. I don't know what's going on here. So I've moved up. I've gotten into the position that I wanted to be in. The medium tank has just died. Now it took me about a minute to get this far, which is the central problem of the Encounter game on Malinovkha. The time it takes to get to the cap circle from the spawn area is about maybe 2 minutes for a tank like mine. 3 minutes probably, maybe 4 minutes for a heavy tank, depending on the top speed and its ground resistances. Now the medium has gotten into his spotting position at the edge of the lake, on the northern side of the lake with me, the one that came up, and we're spotting the Cromwell, and I'm getting some useful fire in, and we've observed some of the tanks getting up, but there's probably guys that have gotten past. So the guys down at the end of the lake, even if they left now, would not arrive at the cap circle in time to actually interrupt the cap. A light tank has gone YOLO, and he's pulled the other light tank into the field with him. Now one of our mediums has slipped up along the edge of the lake, but he's not going to be able to get out of that place. Nothing being done by our team here is actually going to achieve anything. So I really don't understand it. I don't understand the mentality by this. It's not as if they even charge straight across the open field. They're just sitting there in the houses. Well, there's a few of them, but they're going to cross like 1 or 2 at a time, and they're just going to die. We've already lost 4 tanks. And we actually lost that light tank that was spotting, because the other light tank that YOLO'd across the field dragged him out of his hiding place, inspired him to do the same thing, and that was the end of both of them. So now the only tank that's actually doing useful spotting is the medium up here beside me. And we're being capped. And I'm the nearest tank to the cap circle. Now, there is a heavy responding to the cap, and there's a medium beginning to respond, but that's it. Nobody else in the team is actually responding. Now, I'm got a decent enough gun, but to be honest with you, I was not expecting to survive attempting to interrupt the cap here. And I'm not set up for spotting either. This tank is defense rammer and gun lane drive. Artillery's just shaved half my health off. And I actually haven't managed to interrupt the cap yet. In fact, I don't, I think, get the first shot to interrupt the cap. Either the heavy tank coming up behind me or artillery. Or somebody else gets to do it first. I miss again with that shot. And I think this is my first hit, but somebody had interrupted the cap just before me. That's the biggest interrupt, because the Motherland I think was probably the first one up there. And the medium with us is just YOLO'd into where the T-69 and the T-34-1 is. The heaviest behind me should actually push up closer. He could be coming up to where I am and pushing the rock there where the T-69 is. Between the two of us, if we could dislodge the T-69, we could get a proper view on the cap circle and maybe even clear the cap circle, which would give the assault across the field some hope of actually succeeding. While we were doing this to interrupt the cap circle, quite a few of our tanks stormed across the field. But they're not going to survive the experience because, again, the tanks there that have just lit up by the edge of the church in that area are going to take them out. So now there's only two of us, I think, near the cap circle. And we're steadily losing tanks. I haven't seen any evidence the artillery's been firing up into this direction. And I don't know, did I miss or bounce that shot? And then we're being halfway to being capped again. I think the only reason we didn't get capped in this game was because, well, I managed to interrupt the cap again there. But the main reason I think we didn't get capped was we were running out of tanks and they realised that they could actually kill us all. I've just died after that last cap interruption from the T-69. And the Jagdtiger, who was the last guy below on the village near the spawn point, has made it away across the field, mostly because there's probably nobody left on the other side of the field. All the enemy tanks remaining are either the artillery or they're up around the cap circle somewhere. So the heavy tank is about to die with 3 tanks closing in on him, and 2 artillery still in the game. So he's just, expired. Our artillery are too far forward and they're going to go shortly. The Jagdtiger is probably going to take out that artillery he spotted by the edge of the lake, or possibly even both artilleries. The gun will be fast enough and firing fast enough to be able to do it, and the armour on the Jagdtiger is good enough that they probably won't be able to do much of any damage to him, assuming they can actually hit him. There is a bug in the replay system where if you look at tanks you'll see that they have 100% health, but it's not actually reporting the health on screen properly. So here's the Jagdtiger. He's getting damage and kills in, and he actually did quite a bit of damage. But none of the damage or kills that he achieved actually did anything to further the victory of the team. He spent the whole game in the centre of the houses on the southern side of the map, then drove across the field, drove into the artillery, and now he's about to die when the mediums find him, which will be very shortly. So it's a complete frame of mind, and I've seen it in several games lately that I just don't understand. Failure to defend the cap because people get occupied or preoccupied in a standard match is one thing, but to completely ignore the cap circle in an encounter game and drive off the opposite way, or even not drive at all, make no effort to actually defend it or intercept the enemies heading towards it, just strikes me as ludicrous. Like, you're going to lose. There's just no way to win from that kind of a situation. Even a fast tank driving all the way around, across the field, up the other side and onto the cap circle isn't going to make it before a tank on top of the cap circle will have capped, because it'll take more than 2.5 minutes it needs to cap. So thank you for watching and putting up with my rant. I actually did reasonably well. Got a 3rd class mastery and a defender's badge. But the team's behaviour is just, it baffles me. I don't understand it. And if anybody has explanations to offer, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And thank you for watching. Catch you again soon.